This has been amazing just to be behind the scenes and see how we have put this together.
Don't you think we're going to have like a surreal moment here?
My background is in broadcast journalism.
So I'm used to sitting down, getting those stories told. And not only am I excited for what's happening on the track, but also what's happening off the track.
I just don't feel like our sport has had that opportunity.
Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome to Reaction Time. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kayla Zadell. It was an action-packed weekend and your drag racing download is coming up. The PDRA made its inaugural appearance at Bristol Dragway for the Thunder Valley Throwdown, and it was exciting to say the least. More ahead on who walked away with wins. Then No Prep Kings were in Idaho at Firebird Raceway. Murder Nova scored the win and the points lead, plus Cole Pez picked up his first NPK win. Details on how that shook out. And Funny Car Chaos was at Maryland International Raceway for its final race before the championship. More ahead on that in this episode of Reaction Time. So when the stop on the PDRA schedule was announced earlier this year, it's safe to say that everyone was looking forward to Bristol. And it didn't disappoint because it's Bristol, baby, right? Let's jump right into the highlights. Reigning Pro Boost World Champion Jason Harris met the most recent event winner, Johnny Camp, in the final round. Harris left the line first by just 4 thousandths and charged to a 364.3 for the much-needed win. There they are celebrating. And then in the latest Pro Nitrous throwdown between Tommy Franklin and Jim Halsey, Franklin added another hash mark to his name after this weekend and is now a round closer to Halsey in the points. Franklin used a quicker reaction time and a 369.4 at 205 miles per hour to pull off the win. Now in Extreme Pro Stock, Daryl Stewart moves off the line first against Jordan Enslin. Stewart takes the win with a 412.5 at 174 miles per hour, and he also got low ET of the event with that pass. And it was another Franklin father-daughter double up again after Amber Franklin pulled off the win in Pro 632. Franklin and Jeff Melnick lined up here, but it's Amber who holds off the reigning world champ with a 419. Now she continues to lead the points in Pro 632. Now Bristol's a special place for Brunson Grothus. He competed at the facility 13 years ago and won. Then this weekend, he returned to the storage strip and pulled off the win again. In the final round, Grothus leaves first by just 1,000th of a second. Then he rode to a weekend best of 402 at 185 miles per hour to finish ahead of Chris Garner-Jones. It was Grothus' second win of the season. And now in Pro Street, Ethan Stedding leaves on Dan Norris here, and he posts a 395.6 in his college fund Camaro, as he calls it. Now this victory extends Stedding's point lead as he pursues a Pro Street World Championship to join his 2021 Pro Junior Dragster title. And finally, Connor McGee made his presence known in Super Street this season. McGee and Dan Wetstein both pulled into the beams, but it's McGee who was quicker and secures the win. Now the PDRA takes the month off of September, but is back in October for Drag Wars at the Lot Motorsports Park. We'll be right back after this short message from Drag Race Bracket Bonanza.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
All right, you're going to have that chance to fill out that bracket coming up this weekend for the U.S. Nationals. But first, let's get to NPK. They were at Firebird Raceway in Eagle, Idaho. In the winner's bracket, Sean Ellington, also known as Murder Nova, defeated Clay Cole. After his win, he said, "We did it, y'all. We took home the W, and we are officially #1 in points." Then in the loser's bracket, NPK newcomer, who just made his debut last weekend, Cole Pez picked up the win in his screw-blown 1969 Mustang that he calls Eleanor. He commented, "A lot to take away from our first 2 races, but the most important thing I realized is how loved I am. I feel like I have a legit family out here and just very grateful for all the love and support from all my friends." So congrats to those guys. Now, moving on to Funny Car Chaos. Like I said, it was the second to last event of the season, and the competition didn't disappoint as they rolled into Maryland International Raceway. In the Rodax Custom Roasted Coffee A field, DJ Cox and the entire Cox Racing team were victorious. I think we have a photo of them here. In the Rodax Custom Roasted Coffee A field, DJ Cox and the entire Cox Racing team were victorious. And in the Alki Digger B field, Joe Perrone and the entire Super Camaro team fought their way to the winner's circle. And then in the C field, it was John Sergio and Team Warpath. They were victorious in the Wolf Pumps C field. Now, next week in Funny Car Chaos wraps up its season, and a champion will be crowned at Mocan Dragway. So now let's take a quick look at what's coming up next weekend. We have the Big Go, also known as the U.S. Nationals, is right around the corner, and it's celebrating its 70th anniversary. Of course, it's over Labor Day weekend. We have 5 days of racing. As we always say, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but definitely looking forward to that. And then also just announced over the weekend, the Congruity NHRA Pro Mod Series is set to hold the SRI Pro Mod Showdown. It will be contested during qualifying, kind of like a race within a race that we're used to seeing with the, Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty. But the driver who puts together the best ET average during qualifying will receive $7,500 from SRI, so that's exciting. Then another fan favorite, the Yellow Bullet Nationals, are August 30th through September 1st at Cecil County Dragway. That's always a good one. I will also have highlights from that. So that said, Reaction Time will be live on Tuesday, not Monday, September 3rd, so I can include all the highlights from the U.S. Nationals and keep you guys up to date on what happened. So I hope you have a great weekend. Great week. Don't forget to tune into the West Buck Show and a special edition of Who You Got. Those guys had something big and special planned, and I believe I will be making a cameo appearance on Thursday, so be sure to tune into Drag Illustrated's Facebook and YouTube page. As always, go to dragillustrated.com for the latest highlights. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Kayla Zedell, and this is Reaction Time.